Today, we're going to look at some of the exercises that you can do to improve glute strength. And the reason this is important is our glutes are the largest muscle group in our body. And if they are not working properly, it causes all kinds of other issues and potential injuries. So we really want to make sure, especially if we are active people and wanting to continue to stay active, that our glutes are firing. So why would our glutes not work the way that they're supposed to in the first place? The main reason is that we all spend too much time sitting. So whether you spend a lot of your time sitting at a desk, whether you spend a decent amount of time sitting in your car, when we sit, our glutes go to sleep and turn off. So we want to make sure that we are doing things and incorporating exercises into our workouts and really into our daily routine that reactivate the glutes, wake them up so that when we get ready to go for a walk or go for a run or a bike ride or any of the active things that we want to do, our glutes are working. They are the motor of our body. And so we want to make sure that they are able to work in the way that they are supposed to. So people always laugh when I say this, but the easiest thing that you can do to reactivate your glutes is to stand up. So if you're sitting at your desk, stand up, take a break once an hour, every 30 minutes, stand, squeeze your buns together. So just squeeze your little glutes and then release them. And squeeze and release. You can do that a few times just to make sure that you are able to contract the muscle. Once you're able to do that a few times, try isolating one side, squeeze on the right side and release, and then squeeze on the left side and release. Now, you may be surprised that sometimes people have a hard time doing that. So we have to make sure that we're really focusing on turning the glutes back on. This is something that you can do, again, just by standing up from your desk, taking a minute, reaching your arms up and over your head, giving yourself a big stretch up, squeeze the buns, open the chest up, sweep the arms around, and then sit back down and get back to work. It'll do wonders, not just for your body, but also for your brain and your ability to focus and be more productive. Okay. So if we've added those little breaks into our day where we reactivate our glutes, one of the other things that I like to have clients do is utilize a TheraBand. So this is just a big rubber band, and you can use these. They are available all over the place. You can order them on Amazon. We order ours from performbetter.com, but you can use this band to do a number of exercises that help to strengthen the glutes. So we're going to take our band and we're going to place it around our ankles. So the band is now at my ankle, around each side, and I'm going to soften my knees, squeeze my belly button in, sit my hips back slightly. I'm going to go toes in, heels out, and then I'm just going to start by doing a side step. So I'm going to step to one side, step together, step to the other side, step together. Now I want to keep my body still, just moving my legs, making sure that my heels are going out. When you do that, it forces you to activate the glutes. So I can do 10 each side. I could do a minute, however you want to do that, but you're going to just start with that side step. From there, we're going to keep the band where it is at our ankles. We're going to squeeze our belly button in, keep our chest up, and we're going to do what's called a monster walk. So we're going to step forward. You can go as many steps forward as you have space for, and then we're going to step back. Together, step back, together, step back, together, step back. together. So forward and back. Okay? Monster walks. Forward, 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 back, 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 back. You can go sets of 10. You can go for time, whatever works best for you. From there, I'm going to keep my feet together, squeeze my belly button in, keep my chest up, and I'm going to isolate one side. So we're going to tap back and in. And again, I'm leading with my heel. So heel is kind of going out at an angle. And I'll go 10 on one side. And then I'll switch, soft knees, belly button in, 10 on the other side. Tap back and in, tap back and in. Just by doing those 3 exercises, I can feel the work that I'm doing in my glutes. You'll feel it in your legs as well, but you really want to make sure that you feel it in the glutes. And you'll be amazed when you go toes in, heels out, that just that motion actually makes you turn the glutes on. So TheraBand is a great way to work on building glute strength. From here, we're going to go to the floor and we're going to do some bridges. So this is another great exercise to be able to build strength in the glutes. You do not need any equipment at all. And you're just going to start laying all the way back on your back. So we're going to lay back on our back. Arms are going to start down by our sides. I'm going to press into my heels so that I could even lift my toes up off the floor if I wanted to. With my arms down, heels pressed into the floor, I'm going to engage my glutes. So I'm squeezing the glutes, lift the hips up, and then drop back down. Squeeze, lift, drop. Squeeze, lift, drop. I can go a set of 10 reps and then squeeze up and hold for a 10-second hold. And you want to make sure that you're really keeping those glutes engaged and that you're not feeling this primarily in the low back or in the hamstrings. If you are feeling it more in the low back or the hamstrings, you really want to refocus, readjust, and make sure that you are activating the glutes. Now, I can make this more difficult by bringing my hands up over my chest. Do the same exercise. Press into the heels, squeeze the buns, lift, drop. Now, with my arms up and over my body, I have to engage my core even more than I did before. So at this point, I am now working glutes and core even more than I was before. And then if you want to take it a step further still, you can either go arms down by your sides or you can go arms up overhead. But what we're going to do is a single leg glute bridge. So I'm going to keep one foot down. I'm going to let the other leg go straight out and it's hovering above the floor. You can also see that my foot is flexed. So if my foot is just relaxed and pointed, this leg is not engaged at all. I want to go ahead and flex my foot to engage that straight leg. I'm going to press into my heel that's on the floor, squeeze the glute on that side, lift, and drop. So a single leg glute bridge. Squeeze, engage the glute, lift, and drop. I can do 5 or 10 on each side. You can add a hold at the end, and then you're going to switch sides. Press into the heel, squeeze, lift, and drop. Squeeze, lift, and drop. We'll show one other exercise for improving and building our glute strength. And for that, I can either go body weight with no equipment, or I can add a set of dumbbells, which I'm going to show you here. So these are called donkey kicks. And again, you can do this with no weight. And if I do this with no weight, I'm going to be in a hand and knee posture down and on the floor. And then I'm going to lift one leg up with my toes flexed down and my heel lifting up toward the sky. And I'm going to press straight up and drop down, straight up and drop down. Each time engaging that glute on that side, I can squeeze up and hold, and then I can switch. Now I can also add weight if that feels easy. And to do that, I'm going to put the dumbbells in the crook of my knee. Again, hand and knee posture. I'm going to lift one leg, kick my heel up toward the ceiling, squeeze that glute every time, just pulsing up and dropping back down. And then I would hold on the last one and then switch. Just a donkey kick, kicking straight up with that heel, and then hold on the last one. You could also utilize your TheraBand to do this same exercise. You would just want to put the TheraBand above the knee, and it's going to add that resistance when it's above the knee when you do that donkey kick. So as you can see, you do not need a lot of equipment to be able to make sure that your largest muscle group in your body is working properly. So important, you guys. So try some of these exercises. Let us know what you think. Thank you for joining me today.